So you think Premier League is overhyped?
100%. Klopp would be second
Over Ferguson.
over Ferguson.
Welcome, guys. This is a fun episode. Thought I'd do a podcast with one of my cousins. His name is Andrew John. He's also a Barcelona fan, just like me. We've both grown up together watching Barcelona play ever since the glory days of 2009. When did you start following Barcelona?
Ever since I started playing PES 08.
PES 08.
Yeah.
So you got into the
That time
video.
Iniesta had hair and all.
So you got into the video game first.
Yeah. I didn't know a team like Barcelona existed
Ah,
until I played that game.
yeah. So that's the interesting part, right? Like I feel like a lot of kids start playing FIFA, and then they sort of favor a team, and then that's how they end up.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't even know the team was called Barcelona because in PES 08 it's called something else, some other name to it. But the jerseys were the same and it had the same players and all.
Yeah.
And then once when we got a TV at home, I watched highlight of some Clasico in which Ronaldinho was playing. He was playing very well, and I thought, okay, this jersey seems familiar.
Hmm.
That's when I realized, okay, both are the same. And then when I kept on watching their matches, that's when I realized there's Xavi, Iniesta, and then Messi, and of course Dani Alves and everyone else.
Interesting that you bring up Ronaldinho because I feel like a lot of he's getting sort of slowly erased out of football history.
History, yeah.
And a lot of people don't give him his flowers, typically because he had a short peak and he didn't have a very long career. So where does Ronaldinho rank in your books?
Mm, top three, he would be placed number three all time.
Top three all time
Yeah.
in terms of what, like peak career?
Uh, just the joy he brought to football. No,
No, no
irrespective
question.
of career, irrespective of whatever trophies he won or whatever, it was just the influence he had on football. And I think for me, there were personally two other people who had more influence on football. One was Iniesta, obviously, who was my favorite, and then of course Messi, and third would be Ronaldinho.
So you're saying if you turn on the television and you just want to watch and enjoy football, irrespective of the team,
Yeah,
Ronaldinho is top three.
yeah,
So the other two are Messi and Iniesta.
Iniesta. Iniesta is always number one. There's
Yeah,
something about his game.
yeah,
No
it
one
is.
can understand. You can't study his game. It's magic.
It's magic. And in your books, where would you rank Iniesta in the top like midfielders of all time?
The best.
Better than like Zidane?
Yes. I love Zidane's game and all, but Iniesta for me is always number one.
Yeah, obviously he had a lot of success with Spain. He won the 2008 Euros, scored the finals goal in 2010, won the 2012 Euros, won the treble sextuple with Barcelona in 2009, won the treble with Barcelona again in 2011 and 2015.
2015.
And yeah, he had a crazy career. What about someone like Luka Modric? There's a lot of, I mean, arguably so,
Similarities.
right? He's a great player. He also had a fantastic career. Agreed, he didn't come from one of the a big footballing nation, but in your eyes, do you think he also sits at the same table as Xavi, Iniesta, Zidane?
100%. And for me, Modric and Iniesta, I place them separately because the way both of them carry themselves on and off the court, off the pitch, it's wonderful. That's what football is. That's how it should be. So
Exactly.
Modric is also a player I really love, but I've I've not like I have watched a lot of his games, but I haven't been as obsessed as I have been with Iniesta.
So Modric, and obviously you cannot mention Modric without mentioning Cruz.
Cruz, yeah,
Cruz also, I feel, was a great player.
yeah,
Kind of underrated because you had Bale, Benzema, Ronaldo, Modric, Ramos stealing all the spotlight. But he was also like integral to that whole team
yeah. They
um,
realized his value uh,
after he left, right?
after he left,
And that I think
or
is
not after he left. After Bale, Bale and Ronaldo left. That
left
was when Cruz was in the spotlight.
spotlight. I have an opinion that Real Madrid really need a they're missing Cruz a lot. In the sense, Cruz and Modric, they
But
do not have like a deep lying playmaker who can, drop down low and
yeah,
receive the ball, break lines, and then pass it to Bellingham or Guller to do whatever they do. But I've spoken to some Real Madrid fans and they don't feel this way. Like, what is your take on it?
yeah, they don't. You can't have a player of Cruz's quality. It's very rare. And I think that is their missing piece. Though they have Chouameni and Kamavinga who can, sort of control the midfield, but they're not midfield generals like Cruz was. I don't know. I think Bellingham could play that role if he, stopped holding on to the ball as much as he does. But uh, currently, I think that would be their missing piece. If
Hmm.
they are able to find a player of Cruz quality, nothing can stop them.
Stop
I
them.
think that is what is causing the imbalance in their squad.
Yeah, even I think so. Madrid fans, let us know what you think. I really think and he thinks too that you're lacking like a deep lying playmaker. Bellingham is great. Arda Güler is also like this season he's becoming good. And no one is questioning what they do, but they cannot run a midfield in my opinion.
Yeah,
So
they. I think the expectations were on Valverde to contribute that specific role, but he's not that type of a player. He's an engine who wants to, get close to
the action.
action and uh, always very active on the pitch, but he can't operate, without being noticed. Like he's the type of guy who wants to be everywhere on the pitch, but not just, slow down, control the game.
Yeah. Valverde is another interesting player. I think every Barcelona fan likes Valverde, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
What a player.
yeah, he can
The
play
energy
anywhere.
he brings to the game,
Yeah,
that his shots are
insane.
unstoppable.
So yeah, we've been mentioning a lot about Barcelona and Real Madrid players. Um, Tell me about your Barcelona and Real Madrid combined 11. Who do you think? Let's start from like each position. We'll start from the goalkeeper and then move on.
In goal would be Casillas, number one.
Casillas, yeah.
Yeah. Left back Roberto Carlos. Right back Dani Alves,
Mm-hmm.
the Brazilians in play. Center back would be PK and Sergio Ramos, obviously.
You think?
Puyol
Yeah, you think
arguably should be there.
PK and Sergio Ramos can play together?
Yeah, 100%. Sergio Ramos would be play more of Puyol's role, and he'd also contribute better on the ball as well. And PK would be the calm, quiet defender who reads the game very well. So I think both of them can play well together. Even in Spain, when I think that time Sergio Ramos was playing as a wing back, right back, and Puyol and PK were the centre backs. But PK and Sergio Ramos did have a good partnership. I think they always have played well together, if
Hmm.
I'm not wrong. So I love Puyol as a captain, but in terms of skill, I would place PK over Puyol and
Or
PK
Puyol.
and Sergio Ramos over Puyol. Uh, Midfielders, mm, Iniesta obviously would go in there. I think I would prefer Modric over Xavi.
Really?
Yeah,
Tell me more.
Xavi also I love, but I don't know. There's something to Modric's game that I like more. I think that would be better with Barcelona. In fact, in the periods when Real Madrid had a better team than Barcelona, in my opinion, it was mostly Modric who used to, come on and make a difference. Like he just used to come on and change the game completely with those short passes, getting it back, just changing the complete rhythm of the game. Xavi also was known for that, and he was more of a midfield general, similar to Cruz and all.
Cruz, yeah.
But I don't know. Modric and Iniesta, I think both of them would play well,
Well together, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
off each other really well.
that would be insane.
Yeah, I
Um,
think. I think a lot of people would want to, watch Ronaldo and Messi play together, but I would rather watch Iniesta and
Modric and
Modric play
Iniesta.
together.
Yeah, what a midfield that would be.
And yeah, striker would be
Oh,
Ronaldo.
I think we missed the CDM,
Oh, yeah, CDM, Busquets.
Busquets.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
you need a
no.
player like Busquets.
Yeah, no contest there.
Any team would need a player like Busquets. So Busquets, obviously. Striker would be Ronaldo. Right wing would be Messi. Left wing, I think that would be a,
That
uh,
would be over Neymar and Ronaldinho.
yeah.
Hmm.
Ronaldinho I like, but I don't think he would go well with this team. Ronaldinho would do well in a team where everything goes through him. But when you have two other options like Ronaldo and Messi or Iniesta and Modric, I don't think Ronaldinho would
Would
be a
gel
good
well.
fit.
Again, no
But
mention of Zidane.
no.
No.
Zidane, I like. I used to enjoy watching his game. I don't know this Modric and Iniesta. Personally, I like their game a lot more.
Yeah,
Though Zidane's game also is fun to watch, but I don't know. For some reason, I prefer.
a lot of Zidane's career also, when he was at Juventus, right? Del Piero was like a huge
Hmm.
striker and often was even the better player, some people argue. And then, yeah, talking about like Real Madrid and Barcelona and La Liga in general, the legends. This is also a highly contested topic that I've seen on the internet, where they think, what is your opinion? Do you think La Liga legends are far better than the all-time Premier League legends?
Yeah, La Liga in general is a better league than the Premier League, and they've always produced far more quality players. Premier League, even back then, I think was slightly overhyped
Hmm.
as how it is now.
Yeah.
So,
So you think Premier League is overhyped?
100%. So, if a Premier League player comes to La Liga, they won't be on the spotlight anymore. They would be good role players. Like if you take Christensen, for example, he's an excellent defender for Barcelona. Whenever he's on the pitch, you can be confident with him, but he won't be a difference maker. And generally, I find players who played in La Liga usually become difference makers if they go to some other league. Apart from
Hmm.
a few exceptions like Ronaldo and all,
Ronaldo,
obviously.
Modric, Bale, mm, Thierry
Modric, see,
Henry.
Modric also, yeah, a lot of his career was in La Liga. He was in the Premier League for a few years. And
Yeah.
he wasn't doing that well there. But I'm talking about people who, you know, perform well in the Premier League. And then if they go to some other league, if they're able to carry that same momentum, I don't think so. There's only very few exceptions. I think only Ronaldo comes to mind.
Yeah.
If you take Rashford also, he was a beast in the Premier League, but La Liga, he is playing well for Barcelona. His stats are good, but I don't think
It's not
he's.
like a huge jump
Yeah,
from his level
yeah,
in the Premier League.
yeah.
Rafinha is but again, he I think developed a lot of his game at Barcelona.
Barcelona,
When he
yeah,
came, he wasn't like a ready
yeah.
product. Interesting that we mentioned Rafinha career year. He scored 22 goal contributions in the Champions League, tied Cristiano's all-time record for goal contributions in the Champions League.
I
Scored in
think it was
every
54, 54 or 60.
54, yeah, something like that, and scored for every crucial match in Barcelona's campaign last season. Benfica, hat trick against Bayern Munich, every single El Clasico, Inter Milan, anything you name it. Everybody, I think, universally accepts that he was, including like the troll Madrid fans, they all accept that Rafinha was sort of not given his flowers for last season. He finished fifth in the Ballon d'Or, did not make it to the all-time FIFA Best 11. What do you think about Rafinha last season and his impact on Barcelona?
Mm, he was a beast. He started off the season really well. He started out the season with a lot of passion. He was always the guy in the front line, ready to press every single ball, always supporting defensively. tracking back, going in for challenges and all that. He started out really, really well, but I think over a period of time, that passion sort of died down a bit. Must be just bad timing, not sure. And I think he suffered a bad loss with Brazil.
Yeah.
I think, was it against Argentina or
Yeah, it was against Argentina, and he sort of like after the game like said
yeah.
something, and there was like a
Before
this
the match
before the
they
match
had
as well.
a
He got a
yeah
bit cocky, so he said
yeah
something like in an interview.
yeah. So I think after that incident, he didn't contribute as much. May have affected him mentally a bit. But yeah, I think after that, all the hype around Rafinha sort of died down a bit, and it was the spotlight was more on Lamine Yamal and Dembele from that moment on. I think that was towards the start of 2025,
Yeah,
and that was when the competitions were getting more intense. So I think it was just bad timing. So if he was able to carry on the same momentum towards that stretch of the season, I think he would have definitely won the Ballon d'Or. I think he deserved the Ballon d'Or also. It was his the best season of his career. But yeah, just bad timing. The good parts were left to the early stages of the season, and he wasn't able to carry that throughout.
yeah.
So
And Dembele also had a fantastic season. I
yeah,
mean, he started off
Dembele he
slow.
started off slow,
Yeah,
and he picked up towards the end of the season. So he got all the spotlight on him, and by that logic, even Mbappe started out the season very slowly, and once he started picking up, he was also just because Madrid didn't win any trophies, they didn't consider him. But if they had won some trophies, I
even the
think,
league, he would have
yeah,
been top
yeah,
three for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah,
So I think that's really important. If you're eyeing a Ballon d'Or, you need to show that consistency throughout the season and even towards the start of next season as well. You basically need the spotlight to be on you, the most talked about player, because that's generally whom people would vote
mm.
for. And frankly, I don't think Lamine Yamal deserved to be on that list. Or he was what, second?
He was second.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think he deserved to be top three. I
top three.
think Pedri deserved to be there more, but it's just the way it is.
So where would you? I mean, uh, I feel like Yamal. Yes, he didn't deserve to be second, but now
Rafinha
the
could have taken that
that
place if you're
place.
looking at stats.
Yeah, but I feel like now the tide has shifted in such a way where they disregard him of every single accomplishment that he has and the impact that he has. So let's be like neutral and give him where in your mind, in an unbiased way, do you think he ranks right now?
Right
Top
now,
five, top 10?
all the players are in the La Liga or
Well, this season I think he's
is
gotten off to a
injured
slow
a lot
start.
of
He's
the
been
time.
injured for a
So
while. Maybe let's consider last season. Where would you place him, if not in the top three?
he'd be in the top five for sure. Pedri would be in the top three. Dembele also in the top three. Yeah, Rafinha would be in the top five. I think Mbappe, Rafinha, Pedri, Dembele, and Vitinha were the five best players last season.
This season, like a lot of things are changing. The tide is changing. I think tough to say. I mean, it's still December. It's still early. Last season also PSG was not even I think top five in
Top five
the
Champions
Champions
League
League
standings. Yeah,
standings.
the
Um,
second half of the season they picked up.
they picked up and they went on a crazy run.
Luis
Uh,
Enrique created a
a
goal
monster.
scoring
Yeah.
machine.
Also, people forget that PSG acquired Kvicha Kvaratskhelia in January transfer
January,
window.
and that's
That
when things
that
started
changed the
changing.
whole
Yeah,
dynamic of their attack. I don't
yeah,
think people give enough credit to him as well.
true.
Um,
And Desiree Dew also started playing really well from that time onwards.
yeah,
Like he started gaining a lot of attention from January onwards. Their game completely shifted. The
shifted.
way they played, everything was different. Vitinha was more involved in all their attacks.
And what about this season? I mean, obviously it's tough to say, and it's still again December. But in your eyes, who do you think, at least like a top two or top three teams who have a good shot at actually winning the Champions League?
I think Chelsea has a chance, but now I think there's a lot of problems or speculation on Maresca's future. So that would also change the rhythm of their game. Yeah, there's a lot of people. A lot of teams. You can't rule out Madrid. Madrid would always be there. City also has a chance. But yeah, I think Barcelona can go all the way.
Past Arsenal, Bayern Munich, and even PSG for that matter.
Yeah, Arsenal, they are a really nice team, but looking at the past few years, I'm not quite sure if they'll carry on the momentum throughout the season. Though they are a fantastic team, they're playing really well right now. But yeah, I would I wouldn't bet on them until they win something.
And do you think heading into 2026, I believe they have a 5 point margin and City
Yeah,
have one game in hand.
yeah.
Do you think they'll ride it along and this is their year? This is finally the year they win the Premier League?
I wouldn't bet on them too. 2 years ago, I think the same part of the season they had a 8 point lead or a 9 point lead or something, and
They
City still ended up winning
Liverpool
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah.
But
And what do you think about Arteta? I mean, put his whole managerial stint in context. He landed in Arsenal with a very poor team. He built it
yeah, he's done
gradually.
a fantastic job. He's created a very stable team that would always be among the top three. All he's missing is a few trophies, and I think he will eventually get some. But until then, I
You
don't want
won't
to.
bank on.
Yeah,
Damn. So
once they get a few trophies, nothing like it. That team is good. I like the way they play. Just in a few key matches, they lack consistency.
yeah, I feel like the match against Chelsea where they drew 1-1, Caicedo got sent off in the first
And
half.
yeah,
You can't be a top team and then miss
yeah,
on that opportunity to lose that game,
yeah,
especially when you have a whole half.
correct. And that match, the last 10 minutes, Chelsea was dominating.
Yeah, Reece James
Though,
is crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
though they had one man down.
yeah.
Yeah, it speaks a lot about their consistency when it comes to big games. So I don't know if they win some trophies, then maybe that might shift the rhythm of their game or whatever.
Speaking of consistency, I think one of the most consistent teams apart from Liverpool in the Premier League over the last 10 years is definitely Man City. They won 6 titles, I think, now in 9 years or something like that. Basically made the Premier League look like a farmers' league. Testament to Pep Guardiola. Where do you rank Pep Guardiola all time in terms of managers?
The best,
The best.
yes. Wherever he has gone, he has created a team of well-oiled machines that work well, that work really well together. Of course, Barcelona, the greatest era
In our history.
in our history,
Yeah.
was Pep Guardiola's creation. Even with Bayern, he did a fairly good job. I think if he had stayed there for a while longer, he might have created history with Bayern as well. With Man City, yeah, it goes without saying. I don't think a decade or two ago you would have ever imagined Man City winning a Champions League. Right?
They not a Champions League, but I think they were
They
winning
yeah,
Premier Leagues, right?
when Mancini was
Mancini
there,
and
they
the other
were
guy,
yeah they
Pellegrini also won a
yeah
few. Yeah.
they were playing well, but that was the Premier League of that time. That time,
Barca and
uh,
Madrid were pretty
hmm,
dominant,
dominant. Yeah,
yeah, in Europe
and
that
in the
time.
Premier League, it was off like towards the end of Sir Alex Ferguson's era. For the in the Premier League specifically, anyone could win the trophy. It was there for the taking. Everyone was equally capable of
Capable.
winning
Yeah.
the uh, Premier League.
A lot of critics of Pep Guardiola say that he needs the capital, he needs the financial backing to create whatever he creates. Uh, Usually, they always say, look at Mourinho. He won the Champions League with Porto with basically nothing, and every team that he's gone to finish with Manchester United, make made them second in the Premier League, arguably one of their worst squads in recent memory. Some people favor Mourinho and his, the how resourceful he is with what he has, and compare that against Guardiola's ample amount of resources. What do you think about that?
The career path was different for both of them, and I'm pretty sure if Mourinho was managing a club like City, he would have also spent. There won't be any difference over there.
He did. He had the Madrid squad
Yeah,
for 2 3 years.
and he did spend
A lot. Yeah.
in with Madrid as well. So that logic is something I don't agree with. There are a few exceptions, like Porto's Champions League winning season was an amazing season for them. Huge credit goes to Mourinho, but I don't think you can still compare the two. If that was really the case, then Mourinho could still be doing it with Galatasaray or Roma or the clubs he has been
Yes.
managing. So, and Mourinho is a good manager, but I don't think capital. If capital was there, obviously it would help boost in the squad. But if it is not there, you still have a lot of challenges. And one exceptional season doesn't stand out when it comes to decade worth of consistency, where every season you're winning
Multiple
trophies.
trophies.
So that
That to the
way,
Premier League.
yeah.
Mm. So all time, what is your like top five ranking of managers? Obviously, like 70s, 80s, in Italy had like a lot of great managers, but we'll stick to like the modern era of football.
Hmm.
Who do you think is like the top five?
Pep Guardiola number one. Klopp would be second in my
Klopp.
opinion. Yeah,
Oh, interesting. Over Ferguson.
over Ferguson. Ferguson would be either fourth or fifth.
Really? You
Yeah,
don't rank Ferguson high at all?
he's still high.
As in
Top
like
five is high, but I don't know. Pep Guardiola changed the game. Klopp also changed the game. Klopp brought in a lot of intensity to the way football was being played. In addition to how Guardiola changed the game. Right. For Guardiola, it was more a possession-based game with high pressing and all, and Klopp used that and brought intensity mixed along with this. Though Flick hasn't won a lot of titles, I also like Flick's style. It's similar to
Klopp.
Klopp,
Yeah.
right? But anyways, Guardiola number one, Klopp would be my second, Ferguson would be fourth, and Mourinho would be fifth. Third, Zidane actually.
Zidane. Wow. Okay.
The three-peat of the Champions League. That's it's actually very underrated. What Zidane did every season he was there, he won the champion. I don't think anyone else can do that. It's very underrated.
True. What about? I mean, we have to mention Carlo Ancelotti,
Yeah, Ancelotti
um,
also there, but
Antonio Conte.
a lot of good
Good managers.
managers, a lot of people who deserve to be there in the top five as well. But for me personally, I would rate these five people. Actually, yeah, Ancelotti or Mourinho.
Actually, in your top five list, I think honorable mention goes out to Luis Enrique as well. Two
Yeah,
trebles. Out of them, one is a sextuple.
yeah,
Two different teams as well.
yeah.
He deserves his credit.
True.
And yeah, coming back to the question, in the modern, like right now, currently, uh, the current landscape, who are your top managers?
I like Flick a lot because considering where Barcelona was and the type of energy they showcase in games now, that was something I've been longing to see for
Yeah,
half a decade at
same,
least.
same. Yeah,
So Flick brought that to Barcelona, and for that I'm really grateful. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of Flick just because of that. Guardiola also is and will always be there on that list. But I think a lot of mention should also go to Xabi Alonso. What he did last season was remarkable.
yeah.
And I think in time he will also make Real Madrid a more well balanced squad capable of winning every title there is out there. And I am praying it doesn't happen, but I hope Perez makes a
Blunder and kicks him out.
yeah.
Actually, Zabi Alonso, I think he's come into a squad where he has. I mean, he's a legend of Real Madrid as well, but he's had to, gain the trust and respect of all these big name players.
Manage a
This,
lot of their
yeah.
egos. Yeah, squad management, man management would have been very challenging.
In
True.
addition to the fact that I think there was some friction between him and Perez where he didn't get the signings exactly that he
Exactly.
wanted, and Perez
Yeah.
had like a different vision. What do you think about the Vinicius Mbappe situation? Do you think they can actually play together?
Quite difficult. Both of them need pretty much the same amount of space to operate. So it's very difficult for two players like that to play together. I don't know, maybe in time, if they learn how to play well off each other, they might become a very good duo, but I don't see that happening anytime soon at least. So I think one of them might need to go for them to,
Yeah.
bring more balance
I
to
don't
the
think they'll
squad.
sell Mbappe. That's not happening. I think they'll probably
Probably.
have to sell
There
Vinicius.
is a lot of speculation going on about that as well.
So my thing with Vinicius, I think he's affected by two factors. Number one, he doesn't have like a deep lying playmaker supplying him when he makes those runs. If you saw
Yeah.
how he played with Cruz, right?
Cruz, yeah.
Cruz used to like literally like tell him run there. There's one
Yeah.
highlight of him telling him,
Yeah.
and he gives a through
Show the
ball,
run, yeah.
and he makes great runs. Vinicius actually makes good runs. He doesn't have that playmaker for him. One, and number two, he likes to cut in, right? So a winger, typically either they'll go around the defender or they'll cut in into space, and they usually need that space near the outside of the box to actually shoot and whatever pass it off or shoot or cross or whatever. But the problem is now Mbappe is taking that space. He's not an
Yeah.
out and out striker who will be in the
In the
box
box. Yeah.
waiting for a header or whatever,
It's taking away a lot of space
letting
from
away a lot of
Vinicius.
space.
Yeah.
Uh,
And frankly, to be honest, that actually strengthens Mbappe's game.
yeah,
So, yeah, that is what is causing the imbalance. So, Mbappe's game is more open. He has a lot more freedom. And partly because he's taking up the space which Vinicius requires to operate. And he Vinicius doesn't know what to do. He can't
do
contribute any other way. So yeah, that's something they would have to figure out. But on the other hand, I think Rodrigo is using it to his advantage in playing really well. Though Jabi hasn't been playing him as much this season, but the times he has come on, he has always been contributing a lot. I think the past couple of matches, the way he played, you could say he's the best among the three.
something interesting happened in India recently. The GOAT, Lionel Messi, made a tour, a pilgrimage to India. He was received by fans in different cities: Delhi, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and I think he went to Jamnagar and stuff like that. When I saw the poster and stuff, I thought it was actually like a friendly tournament where they would organize friendlies with the Indian legends like Sunil Chetri, Baichang Bhutia, and all playing against him.
The whole tour, uh, it was for the fans primarily, but I don't know, all the so-called important people of India took the
Spotlight, yeah.
spotlight. Yeah, so I think they messed it up quite big. The whole tour. Yeah, there are some people who said Kolkata was a disaster, but everywhere else it was well. But I think the whole tour was a circus show. Even they said Hyderabad was the best of the lot, and I don't know. The whole thing was funny to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't handled really well. It was more celebrities making it more about themselves than actually making it about Messi and the fans. And
Also, they made it more about Messi than Messi's footballing career.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This whole thing should have been to create more awareness for football or create more opportunities for football in India, but they accomplished everything but that.
But that they made a good pay package and
Yes,
ran
that's
with it.
yeah, that was pretty much it. In fact, like one of the most hurtful things to see was when Chetri was there, uh, one of the best Indian footballers ever. No one cared. That was pathetic. And yeah, I'm sure Chetri respects Messi a lot and all that, but he has contributed so much more to Indian football, but no one even bat an eye to it.
Yeah,
They
that
were
is.
all behind the Messi mania. Though I'm a big fan of Messi, they were all behind the Messi mania. Just wanted to get a picture somehow, do whatever
Yeah.
is needed to be done. I don't know. It should have been a lot more for Indian football, and it wasn't, which is quite annoying.
But what I don't understand is, see, IPL, everybody knows it's a money making machine. At the end of the day, it's a business, right? They want to make money. There's a big, cricket is the biggest sport in India. But also, I think the amount of football fans in India is highly underrated. There's a
True.
huge amount of, there's a huge fan base here that loves football, would spend money to go and watch the World Cup in Qatar. I had so many friends who booked a ticket in Qatar, went all the way, watched the match, and came back. So why don't you think like India, whoever the businessmen are, see the demand for football and actually tap into that potential?
So, in order to make football grow in India, like how cricket is, it would take a lot of time and capital, which every society would need. So, like if you take American football, for example, like your college football is a huge thing, right? In every town that you go to, you would get similar vibes in Kerala. If you go to, let's say, Trishur, and if you're staying in a small locality, you would see that every weekend they would have small club matches, and the whole locality would be there watching those matches. In a lot of other places, that is not there. If you take Tamil Nadu, for example, it's difficult to find a ground with the required facilities to play good football. Probably one in the key part of the city, or maybe two, three in the key parts of the city, and everywhere else you just play football on the field. But cricket is not that way. There are a lot more academies, a lot more facilities to play cricket professionally or to practice uh, playing cricket professionally, which is not there for football. I think you need to start there, create talent which is capable of playing in the highest forms of the sport.
Shout out to Ranjit Bajaj and his team.
Mm.
You've heard of them, right? Like he's a youth academy coach. He sold his, I think his team's name is Minerva FC. He sold his wife's gold worth 40 lakhs to, because he wasn't getting funding to take the kids for tournaments. And they recently won back to back to back tournaments, beating, I think, Argentina in the finals of an under 19 cup,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
under 16 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the state of affairs where he's not getting funding from the nation to take these people, and he had to do it himself.
Correct. So there is a lot of business potential that hasn't been tapped into, but in order to get to that stage itself, you need to sort of lay the foundation, which India unfortunately doesn't have, apart from a few places like in Kerala. So in Kerala, if let's say,
Kerala and Bengal in the
yeah,
northeast.
yeah,
Yeah.
in these three areas, if let's say you start a tournament, the whole town would come to watch. But I don't think that's the case everywhere else in India, though there are a lot of football fans there also. Primarily because, I don't know, you might not find, or you might think that it lacks the quality that
I think
you
it's
are
a
exposed
quality
to.
issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're exposed to, say, when you're watching a Premier League match or a La Liga match. Or
My biggest thing is like now we're the fourth largest economy in the world. Sports is arguably a huge business in India. Why is there space only for one sport? Why can't there be space for more sports as well? Agreed, cricket is the biggest sport in our country.
right now,
Arguably,
cricket is where the money is. So
and my thing is that there's more money, there's more space for more money to be made.
yeah,
Not touching
overtime,
crickets
overtime. But people are more interested in making money now.
now. Hmm.
So suppose I want to get into the sporting business tomorrow, I think I
It's
might
easier
invest
to do
in
cricket.
cricket first.
Yeah.
That is quick money.
Yeah, well, arguably Messi, he was the biggest icon in the world. One of the biggest icons in the world came to India, had a tour. Another big icon of who I believe is kind of underrated in this generation is Robert Lewandowski.
Mhm.
Uh, had two fantastic years, like at his peak in Bayern. Arguably could have. I mean, one Ballon d'Or was undisputed, got cancelled unfortunately. The second one had a good argument to get it as well. Uh, a lot of people, I mean, not a lot of people, but I've seen this opinion on the internet where there's this hot take that they say he is actually the third best player of this generation and not Neymar or Bale or Hazard or Salah. What is your take on that?
I would say he is arguably the second best striker,
Behind?
Ronaldo.
So you're taking Ronaldo as a striker.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ronaldo has been a striker for at least 10 years now. He is not a wing player anymore. But yeah, I would take Lewandowski as the second best striker of this generation. But I don't know, if you're looking at accolades, then yes, Lewandowski deserves to be there. But I honestly would prefer Bale and Neymar over Lewandowski, if not for their injuries and all that throughout their career. In terms of skill or in terms of just watching a player play football, both of them were a lot more fun to watch than Lewandowski for me.
What you said about him being the second best striker is interesting. Uh, I mean, yeah, fine. You're considering Ronaldo. Where do you rank Benzema, Suarez at his peak, someone like Ibrahimovic maybe, in terms of in the context of Lewandowski's ranking?
I think Lewandowski tops the list with Benzema and Ibrahimovic and
Suarez is good.
Suarez. Uh, yeah, Lewandowski, I would say, has been a more consistent player than Suarez. Um, Second on the list, I would say Benzema, and third would be Suarez, and fourth would be Ibrahimovic. Yes, Benzema deserves a lot of credit. That one season that he had with Madrid after Ronaldo and Bale left, he was killing it. Or I think Bale was still there that season
Bale was there. Also, Modric was in his peak that
in
time,
his peak. Yeah, the Ballon d'Or season.
Ballon d'Or season.
Yeah,
Yeah, then Vinicius towards, I mean, the
he
last
was also starting
starting
to
to take off.
evolve in his game. That's true. But I like Benzema's game a bit more than Suarez. Suarez, yeah,
He won the Golden Boot in between Messi and Ronaldo's peak.
Ronaldo. Yeah, I think Suarez, mm, considering he had Messi and Neymar alongside, that really elevated his game.
True.
But even then, he was missing a lot of sitters and he was a bit
Average in the
inconsistent.
Champions League as well.
Yeah, Benzema at his peak was more consistent. Like every match, he was performing really well. He could
This
create things by himself.
Benzema.
Benzema.
Well, you could argue that Benzema also had Ronaldo, Bale, Modric, Cruz.
Yeah, that time he didn't do well.
Yeah, fair enough. He was sort of deferring to Ronaldo a lot. A lot of people now say Manchester City's treble-winning season of 2023 far better as a team than Barcelona
No
2009 or
chance.
2011, if you want to
No
consider.
chance. They wouldn't have gotten the ball itself.
Hmm.
Barcelona would have held on to the ball for 90 minutes, probably. You could never take the ball of Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets and Messi.
Let's walk through like the combined 11 of both.
Mhm.
Starting in goal,
Valdez or Ederson? Ederson? I would say Ederson takes the spot because he's better with the ball. So,
yeah, I think so too.
yeah. Right back, Danny Alves, 100%. Centre back, PK Puyol. Ruben Diaz is a good choice, but I would still go for Puyol and PK. Cancelo or Jordi Alba? Yeah, I would take Jordi Alba. Though I like Cancelo's offensive game a lot more. I think Jordi Alba's balance that he brings is a lot more important. So I think the backline is entirely Barca players. Midfield,
Over Diaz and
yeah, over Diaz. Midfielders, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets.
no De
De
Bruyne.
Bruyne needs a mention, but I think it would be best if he comes off the bench.
Wow. Okay.
Left wing, Neymar. Right wing, Messi. Striker, I think I would prefer Haaland
Yeah, no
over
doubt. No doubt.
Suarez.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you watch Messi and Haaland play together, it might be similar to what you might get out of watching Messi and Ronaldo play together.
Yeah.
Haaland is a machine. I think he would do really well with that squad.
And you're going to take Busquets over Rodri.
Though Rodri won the Ballon d'Or, I think Busquets would play better with Iniesta and Xavi than Rodri would. That understanding that those three had, I don't think Rodri can.
Best not to tamper with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough.
Rodri is a fantastic player. He actually single-handedly controlled the midfield, entire midfield for Man City, while Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne were given their freedom to operate. But I think the squad I mentioned brings a lot more balance, and only Haaland has it.
Haaland probably will end up as the greatest striker ever.
There's still a long way to go, so you never know. But yeah, at the pace he's going at, there's a good chance he could.
And he'll beat
But I think
Ronaldo's
no. I
1,000
think
goal record.
I don't think so, and I don't think he'll always be second to Ronaldo in my opinion. Ronaldo is the best striker of all time.
But the Ronaldo CR7,
CR7,
not R9.
not R9.
And who was your
R9, he was a fantastic player if he stayed healthy, but in terms of consistency and trophies, all that,
CR7?
CR7 has it over anyone else as a striker.
And your top five all-time football players?
Messi, Iniesta, 1 and 2. Ronaldo,
Oh,
3.
so Iniesta is a top five player for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say unbiased top five.
Iniesta still.
Still there. Okay.
He Iniesta deserves to be there, dude. Yeah, I don't think he ever had one bad season, if not for the injuries. Whenever he played, he was always among the best on the pitch. So yeah,
So he's ahead of like. Okay, yeah. First name your top five, then
yeah.
I'll.
Messi, Iniesta, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Neymar,
Messi, Iniesta, Ronaldo, CR7,
CR7,
Ronaldinho, and Neymar.
Neymar. Yeah,
No. Okay, so that's ahead of people like Zidane,
yeah. No,
uh,
see,
Pele,
I've
Maradona.
picked this top five on the basis of just wanting to watch them play. Yes, Maradona, Pele, I've not actually
So
seen them
seen
play,
them
just
play.
highlights.
Yeah.
And R9, Rivaldo, Adriano, uh, Ibrahimovic, Zidane, all of them. Yeah, I'll. Their game is nice, but I don't know. Recent times, ever since I started watching football aggressively, these five have
Van
stood
Basten,
out for me.
Beckenbauer, Maldini,
Yeah, I like their game as well. Even
Platini,
Platini and Laudrup.
Laudrup.
I I think Iniesta's game entirely is positioned similar to Laudrup's game, if I'm not wrong. I, this again, I'm just coming to assumptions based on the highlights I've seen, right? But I watched these five people
Play.
play football like continuously for the past I don't know, 5-10 years, and or if not more. And yeah, these five have stood out for me. Neymar's peak Barcelona time, even in fact, his first PSG season was magical. If if he had stayed healthy, I think he would have easily won the Champions League and could have possibly gone on to win the Ballon d'Or as well if he had stayed healthy. It was unfortunate, but That season that he played, though there were a lot of conflicts with Cavani and all, he was phenomenal. Every match, he was a difference maker. No one could stop him. He had a better first season at PSG than Messi did. Messi was not at his best with PSG in the first season. He couldn't dribble as much like he used to. But Neymar, you couldn't stop him
He's
whenever he was
unstoppable.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wrap up with a quick fire, rapid fire game.
Okay.
A quick rapid fire game. So I will ask you. I'll name a player, and then I'll name another player. You pick one over the other. Quickly.
Okay.
Don't give me any reasons.
Okay.
And then I'll name another player to replace the player you didn't choose. And then
Okay.
we'll end with somebody. Benzema or Suarez?
Benzema.
Benzema or Lewandowski?
Lewandowski.
Okay. Lewandowski or Bale?
Bale.
Bale or Mohamed Salah?
Bale.
Bale or Hazard?
Hazard. Hazard is someone we had forgotten. What a player. Yeah.
Hazard or Neymar?
Neymar.
Neymar or CR7?
CR7.
CR7 or Iniesta?
Iniesta. Iniesta. Messi.
Iniesta, Messi.
Messi.
Cool. Okay, well, I had a lot of fun speaking to you. We should do this more often. And
Yep. This was
uh,
good. It was
yeah,
nice.
okay. Thank you so much, Andrew, for doing
Thank
this.
you. It
Did
was
you
fun.
did you have fun?
A lot.
Yeah. Please
Just
subscribe to the channel. Please let us know what you thought about this in the comment section. If there's any topics that you would like me to cover, or any podcast topics that you would like to see in the future, please let me know. Please do like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.